Have you ever felt the air grow unnaturally cold the moment you stepped into a room? As if the walls themselves were holding their breath? That's what Daniel felt the night he returned to his late grandmother's house, a place that had always been warm and inviting, now cloaked in silence so heavy it pressed on his chest. If you love stories where mystery and fear weave into unexpected endings, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss what happens next. The house was supposed to be empty. It had been abandoned for nearly a year after his grandmother's passing, and Daniel had only come back to collect her journals. Yet the moment he crossed the threshold, a strange detail gnawed at him. The old grandfather clock in the hallway was ticking. He remembered clearly. It had stopped years ago, broken beyond repair. Curiosity outweighed caution. He followed the ticking sound, each step echoing like a hollow drumbeat. The pendulum swayed, slow and deliberate, though the clock hands pointed to midnight and hadn't moved a minute forward. He reached out to touch it, and the ticking ceased instantly, plunging the house into complete silence. Daniel's unease deepened when he climbed the stairs and noticed a faint glow seeping from under his grandmother's locked bedroom door. He knew for certain he had turned off the electricity before entering, yet the dim golden light flickered like candle flames dancing. He pushed the door open, his pulse pounding. Inside, the room was untouched, just as she'd left it, except for a single open journal resting on the bed. On the first page in shaky handwriting were the words, "He will come back for what was promised." Who was he? And what was promised? A soft creak behind him made him spin. The door had closed on its own. The handle wouldn't budge when he tried to open it. The air thickened with the scent of his grandmother's perfume, though the bottle on her dresser was sealed shut. He whispered her name, unsure why, and swore he heard a faint reply, a voice so fragile it could have been the house settling. The second mystery came in the form of footsteps, slow, heavy, coming from the attic above. No one should be there, but the boards groaned as if someone paced back and forth, directly over his head. He wanted to leave, but the locked door left him trapped. That was when he noticed something even stranger. The journal US pages had turned on their own, stopping at an entry dated exactly 1 year before his grandmother's death. It read, "The bargain cannot be undone. When the clock strikes midnight, he will collect." Daniel's stomach tightened. Midnight. The frozen clock downstairs. It was as if the house itself had been waiting. Then came the third hook, scratches at the window. He turned, expecting branches in the wind, but the night outside was still. Yet long, deliberate streaks etched themselves across the glass, as if invisible hands clawed their way inward. With every mark, the journal's candlelit glow pulsed brighter, throwing long shadows across the room. The climax unfolded with sudden ferocity. The clock downstairs began to tick again, fast, frantic, accelerating toward midnight. The footsteps overhead pounded the ceiling, rushing to the stairs. Daniel's breathing quickened as the window latch rattled violently, threatening to burst open. He grabbed the journal, convinced it held the only answers. As he clutched it, words began to bleed onto the page in fresh ink. Choose. Keep the promise, or pay the price. His mind raced. What promise? What bargain? His grandmother had been a woman of quiet faith, but whispers in the family suggested she had dabbled in something darker after his grandfather's passing. A way to cheat loss, to hold on to what time had taken. Could it be that Daniel was the price she had delayed? The clock struck 12. The window shattered outward with a deafening crash. The footsteps reached the bedroom door, though no hand touched the knob. Instead, the door simply melted into shadow, revealing a figure that seemed less a man and more a silhouette cut from the darkness itself. It raised one hand toward Daniel, palm open in invitation or demand. Terrified, Daniel looked back at the journal for guidance, but the words had changed again. This time they spelled something he never expected. It was never about you. It was always me. For a moment, confusion held him captive. Then the realization hit with bone-chilling clarity. His grandmother had not bargained for his life. She had bargained for her own. The figure did not move toward Daniel. Instead, the shadows wrapped around the journal itself. The pages burst into flames without heat, and in that fiery glow, Daniel saw her reflection, his grandmother's face, smiling softly, as if ready to be claimed. The figure vanished with the book. The light died, the house fell still, and Daniel stood alone, untouched, saved not by his courage, but by the truth. The promise had been hers to pay, and tonight the debt was finally collected. He left the house before dawn, never to return. But some nights, when the world is too quiet, he swears he hears a clock ticking in the distance, reminding him that bargains with shadows never truly end. If this story gripped you with its mystery and the unexpected twist, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. You never know what haunting tale will be waiting for you next.